Today, I'm going to give you the top 7 most asked bartender interview questions, and then I'm going to tell you how to answer them. And we're starting right now. What's up, Bar Tribe? Dave Allred, the Real Barman here. And speaking of Bar Tribe, if you're someone who's looking to become a bartender, or you're a former bartender or a current bartender, you can join my Bar Tribe Facebook group, which is a community of like-minded people who want to become a bartender, current bartender, even home bar enthusiasts. And we just started it, and we're excited to get people in there, talk about techniques, drink recipes, war stories, anything bar related, including people who want to become a bartender and break into the business. So go check it out. There's a link below this video, or you can just go search for Bartender Tribe in Facebook. Let's grow this thing. Okay, so I mentioned about breaking into the business, which brings us to today's topic. Today, I'm going to give you the top 7 most asked bar interview questions. I've spent years training bartenders. I've also spent a lot of time hiring bartenders. I've helped other bar managers hire their bartenders. So the good news is I know exactly what the hiring manager is looking for when they're getting ready to hire a bartender, even if they have no experience. Of course, inside the Real Bar course, which is the #1 online bartending course in the US, I have 40 more questions in there. We call this special file the interview secrets. Okay, and it's loaded with every question you're going to get in an interview and how to answer each one. Okay, it's like having the answers to the test before you take the test. It's like ethically cheating. Okay, so if you're interested, you can check it out here, and I'll also have that link below in the comments below this video. So off we go. Let's get this thing going. First off, let me get dressed into something a little more appropriate for an interview. There we go. That's a little bit better. Can't change my face, so it's gonna have to stick with what I got. All right, so let's get into this awesome training I'm about to give you so I can learn you something real good. All right, let's do this. Question number 1, tell me about yourself. All right, and this is a common question in any industry, not just the bar industry, and it can go in 100 different directions. And you want to make sure you don't head off in the wrong direction with this when you start answering this question, or you're going to stumble into internet quicksand, and then you're going to have to wait for someone to come along and pull you out with a tree branch like they do in the movies. But you and I both know that never happens, right? So you're just going to slowly sink and submerge into your jungle tomb. So then what do you say? All right, because this is a great chance for you to wow them right off the bat. And this is a good thing for you, all right, and for them. They want to find out if you have a personality that meshes with the bar and with their culture. All right, so here's what most people do. Well, I love playing Madden with my boys, and I like SpongeBob reruns and Cheetos. Man, I love Cheetos. Anyway, I went to Northridge High, and I was a homecoming king. And oh man, this one time, me and my girl went to the movies. No. All right, now I know that was a bit exaggerated, but it's not too far off. All right, I've heard interviewees go completely off the rails and start blabbering and jabbering about anything that pops into their head, where they grew up, their favorite foods, and it's just not relevant. And people simply aren't prepared to say what the hiring manager needs to hear. Okay, which is what, you ask? Well, here it is. And this is the most important information and advice on interviewing you'll ever hear. So pay attention. All right, get your notepad out, write it on your arm. I don't care, learn it. Here it is. Every question you get should always be answered by you telling them how you can help them succeed. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Every question you get should be answered by you telling them how you can help them succeed. Think about this. Okay, a couple weeks ago, I was having a conversation with a restaurant manager. I was helping him out with his restaurant, and we talked for about 30 minutes. And when we finished, he stood up and he shook my hand and he said, "Man, you're one of the most interesting people to talk with. I really enjoyed that." The truth is, I wasn't all that interesting at all. All right, but I sat and I asked him questions about his restaurant and about his personal life and how I might help him. And then I sat there for 30 minutes and listened to him talk about all those things. I hardly talked about myself at all. And yet he found me so interesting because people love to talk about themselves. They love what's in it for them. Okay, so I made him feel good about himself by taking an interest in what he does. Same goes with your hiring manager. Okay, he or she wants to know how hiring you is going to benefit them. Okay, so that's my long-winded way of saying your answer should be, I could tell you some personal things about myself, my hobbies, like I love football, the movies, and hanging out with my girlfriend, but That's not really what you want to know, I'm sure. What I want to tell you about myself as it relates to this job is I love bartending because I love being creative and I love making people happy. Okay, I don't have that much experience right now, but I've taken an extensive course and I've learned so much. What I am experienced at is being great with people. Okay, making great drinks and learning the POS system, that's the easy part for me. I'm a quick learner. The most important part is connecting with the people who come in here. So if you want to know about me as it relates to your bar, I'm the guy or gal who's going to do whatever it takes to make our guests happy so they come back again and again. All right, and you and I both know that repeat customers cost a lot less than acquiring new ones. Bam! You see how that works? You just drop knowledge bombs on them. They don't hear answers like that. Okay, does that make sense? All right, you're not going to believe how impressed they're going to be hearing an answer that's unselfish like that for the good of the business instead of for the good of themselves. And did you notice how I said our guests? I'm going to make our guests happy. A little subliminal suggestion there, like I'm already hired. All right, and then to have the knowledge about repeat customers costing less. I'd hire that person right there. Interview's over. Okay, so I know that was kind of a long one, but it kind of encapsulates all of the questions and how you should answer them. Okay, so on the number 2, what do you like most or least about bartending? Okay, another little bonus tip here. Any question you're asked in the interview, keep it positive. Nobody wants to hear a whiner and a complainer, and no one wants to work with one like that. Okay, so for this question, your answer can be anything that excites you about bartending. Okay, whatever that is. I love making craft cocktails. I love working with people. I love that I don't have to sit behind a desk. I can be up and moving. Whatever it is that excites you. Okay, just have an answer ready. And then if they do ask what you like least about it, end it with, you know, there isn't much I don't like about bartending or serving people. Sure, some of them might get loud and kind of difficult to deal with sometimes if they've had a lot to drink, but I love it all. By the way, that's another popular question, how to deal with drunks or how to know when someone's had too much to drink. You can find that in the course along with the other interview secrets, or I might do a video on it coming out soon. Okay, we'll see. On to number 3, why did you leave your last job? Now, I don't know why you left your last job. I don't even know if you have a job, or maybe you sell crack and you want a second job. I don't know. But whatever you did or whatever you were doing before you came to apply for this job, you need to have a good story and explanation of why that is no longer your path and that this path is the best thing since the Bourne Identity movies. Okay, so if you got fired or let go from your last job, that's like worst case scenario. You need to tell them, you know, I felt like I was doing the best job I could, but it just wasn't a good fit for me anymore, or whatever you need to say to remain neutral. Of course, you should never outright lie, but if you need to do a little tap dancing to make sure they understand that you take the job seriously that you work at, then that's what you need to do, as long as you're being sincere about that. Now, here's another bonus for you. Never, ever, never, ever, ever, never, never, ever, ever, never, never, ever talk bad about your last boss. Okay, you can say that the two of you didn't mesh well together or your personalities just weren't the same. But as soon as the hiring manager hears you bitch and moan about your last boss, all they hear is that you're a troublemaker who talks behind people's back, and it could be him or her one day. On to number 4, what is your definition of great customer service? Okay, this one's going to be short and sweet. Say this and nothing else. I mean, you don't have to memorize it word for word, but something close to this. Great customer service is anticipating the customer's needs and knowing what they want before they even know they want it. And it means following up to make sure that what they originally desired or needed measures up to the quality that we promise so we can get them to come back again and again. Okay, and what that means if they want you to expand is don't make them ask for ranch, already have it on the table if they're gonna have salad or fries or anything else. Don't make them ask for refills, anticipate their needs so they have what they need. Okay, and you'll notice I keep using so we can get them to come back again and again. All right, that's helping the bar. That's what's important to the manager. Number 5, what would you do if you saw a coworker giving away a free drink? Now, bartenders are notorious for being some of the biggest thieves of any industry simply because it's so common. All right, but whatever your personal feelings are about tattletales or rats from all the gangster movies you've watched, put those aside during this question. The only answer you will give and the only answer they want to hear is, I would feel really bad about it, but I would need to inform you or another manager because it's stealing, even if they don't think it is. Okay, that answer passes the integrity test, which is what they want to know. Number 6, what is your favorite drink to make? Now, this is a tough one for me to answer for you. I don't know what you like to make, but I want you to be prepared for this question. They want to find out if you know how to do anything. Okay, they might be okay that you don't have that much experience, but if you tell them that you're taking a course, they might want to see if you've learned anything. So make sure to have a drink ready in your mind and how to prepare it. It doesn't need to be complicated. All right, most likely they're not going to have you actually prepare it. That's rare, but make sure you can name a drink, the ingredients, and how to make it. Which brings us finally to number 7. How do you make a blank? Okay, now this question probably scares the hell out of you more than any other question because your biggest fear is that someone's going to order something from you or the manager's going to ask you how to make a drink and you don't know how to make it. I've been around a long time. I've done a lot of trainings. I know this is the number one fear, but as I keep telling my students, just memorize the drink recipes I have in the Real Bar course. I have the 101 most popular cocktails and the 21 shots you must know. If you just memorize half of those, you'll be good to get started. You're going to be fine. I promise you, you'll be ready for this question. In addition, if they know you don't have that much experience, they're not going to give you a drink that nobody's ever heard of. All right, they're going to give you one straight from my list, and it's probably going to be a pretty common one, so you're going to be just fine. There are, of course, many more questions you're going to be asked and different questions in the interview, including the most popular one, do you have any experience? I cover that one, as well as scenario questions like what do you do if you're triple sat? Old lady comes and sits at the bar, married couple comes and sits in the lounge at a table, and then a group of 6 sorority girls come in. What do you do? Okay, I cover all of that inside the Real Bar course, inside the interview secrets file, as well as how to dress, how to act, what to say, what not to say. It's all in there. That's for those of you who are serious about becoming a bartender. So I hope this little training helped you out here some. If you are going into an interview, I hope you kill it and get hired. I really do. And if you do get hired, or even if you don't, come here and share your story, what you learned here in the comments. It really helps everyone. I want to thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm going to change back into my play clothes now. Go make a drink maybe, hang out with my kids, my wife. Go join the Bartender Tribe Facebook group where you can also share your stories, ask questions. We can hang out in secret like they do in Dead Poet Society. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Great movie. Anyway, I'm going to see you next time. I'm out.